We are just 1 week away from hometowns, with 7 guys left vying for Tayshia's heart. And if you're wondering which of these guys is going to make it past the next rose ceremony, don't, cause this latest preview basically gives it away. So if you're wondering if the return of Bennett is going to be permanent, if Blake is going to make it through his one-on-one, or which of these guys is going to be getting one of the final 4 roses, stick around cause I'll be talking about all that, plus the men tell-all. And you know the rules, no commenting spoilers down below unless they've been sleuthed out, and I'll leave a link to the full preview in the description. Alright, let's take a look.
This thing could be the bomb that just explodes everything.
It's back-to-back nights of The Bachelorette.
This intensifies every single moment from here on out.
You heard that right, folks. Back-to-back nights of The Bachelorette next week. ABC's gotta get this thing done before Christmas, and then it's on to Matt James. So mark your calendars for Monday and Tuesday, the 14th and 15th, where it appears we'll be getting a regular episode on the Monday and the Men Tell-All on Tuesday. Because before we get to hometowns, we gotta check in with all the dudes and watch them fling insults at each other. It's what we do here. Now, in this first bit of footage, we're mostly dealing with shots we've seen before. Like here with Ivan, which is what we used 2 weeks ago to sleuth out that he was making it to hometowns. If you missed that, no one left on the show has tattoos like this. So we went to Ivan's Instagram page and found out that his brother had arm tattoos, and this is likely him, and the only reason his brother would be there is for hometowns. We've also previously talked a lot about this shot here, with Tayshia crying next to a man in a white shirt. In this preview, as well as in the past, they've shown us this shot, with Ben in a similar looking outfit, but savvy sleuthers in the comment section were quick to point out that this shot here looks an awful lot like it's from the episode where Ben goes to Tayshia's room after hours, while Ed accidentally knocks on Chris Harrison's door. Meaning it's more likely that the man in this shot isn't Ben, but rather Brendan. But that doesn't necessarily mean Brendan is the cause of this drama.
Next Monday and Tuesday.
I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore.
And there's the shot from the super teaser where Tayshia is in tears, and it all appears to be from this same night. One part where she's upset and a guy goes to leave the couch, and another part, shown later in this preview and in the super teaser, where she's talking with the guy saying, "I don't want to hurt anyone." It can be hard to piece together what exactly goes down here in the previews, as the editors have been throwing in footage from all over the season to spice up the drama in a misleading way. For example, in the super teaser from a couple of weeks ago, they used the footage like this.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
I can't.
Now we know that these events were from completely different days with completely different contexts, as this bit with Zach saying "I can't" was actually from the latest episode, where he got emotional thinking about Tayshia, potentially his future wife, meeting his family. Not an "I can't" in response to Tayshia or some sort of drama. So when they're constantly stringing stuff together like this, it can be tricky to pin down what exactly is happening here. One thing I will point out is the footage that they used a couple of weeks ago is zoomed in, and eventually we'll see it zoomed out with a guy sitting next to her. But we'll get to that soon.
So, I'm back. Good evening.
Bennett walks in like he never left.
You guys look like you've seen a ghost.
Harvard Man is back. So what does this mean, Bennett chilling out all smug-like on the couch with the other dudes? Well, nothing. It means nothing. Tayshia told Bennett last episode that she was going to let him know whether or not he stays tomorrow.
I feel like I just need the night. Tomorrow, I'll let you know.
Perfectly fine. Thank you.
So all this could be is production letting Bennett back in with the other dudes to stir things up, and Tayshia will be making her decision about Bennett by either giving him a rose at the rose ceremony or not. But of course, if she did give Bennett a rose, he'd be going to hometowns. And as much as I'd like to see what Bennett's family looks like, that's not gonna happen. No way he gets a spot over guys like Zach, Ivan, and Brendan. Not to mention there's Final Four proof we'll see later on.
I'm scared to death. I'm nervous as hell.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
This is really real for me.
I don't see him coming back.
Alright, and here's a flash of a number of shots. Some are of little value, like Ivan saying he's scared to death, which could be about anything and is likely very innocent, but shots that are valuable include a zoomed out version of this shot with Tayshia where we can see that she's sitting beside Noah. Meaning this conversation, this whole business with Tayshia in tears, happens next episode before she decides hometowns. We know this because we'll also see proof that Noah doesn't make it to hometowns later on. Now, another shot of value is this shot of Riley saying, "I don't see him coming back." So we know that Blake has a one-on-one coming up, and I'd bet what Riley is talking about here is that. With a one-on-one right before hometowns, Blake is either getting a rose and goes on to have Tayshia meet his family, or he doesn't get a rose and leaves. And let's be real, Blake is not going to hometowns. Not to mention, like with Noah and with Bennett, there's proof ahead that Blake gets eliminated at some point before the final four. So Riley here is basically saying what we're all thinking. Blake isn't coming back from that one-on-one.
This is really hard.
Plus, it's men tell all like you have never seen before.
Yes, the men tell all is ahead. And I won't beat around the bush, this is where all the proof of men who are being kicked off is coming from. Some of it is just blatant, some of it is more subtle, and one part of it is just downright stupid. You'll see. Oh, and of course we had this shot of Tayshia in tears. As of right now, we can't tell what's going on here, but as someone who's watched a lot of this show, it's heavily reminiscent of similar scenes where a lead sends someone home in the final 3 or final 4. Someone that they've grown to have feelings for. And she's at a roadway, meaning likely the man was just put in a car and sent home. Other than that, at this point, your guess is as good as mine.
It's men tell all like you have never seen before.
He's a fraud, fake, and phony.
And there he is, Blake, sitting right there. Blatantly at the tell-all for everyone to see. Thus, he doesn't get a rose at the one-on-one. Not a surprise, but boy, this is low effort. You'll see a lot of that in this part of the preview. Not to mention, that's Noah right there.
You stirred the pot. Talk about it. No woman deserves to be talked to like that.
I'm not gonna apologize.
That's not right.
Alright, and here we're seeing the return of Yosef. To be expected, as they want all the drama he brings with the other guys. We also get another blatant shot, this time with Noah, so I guess they're cool with us knowing he's getting axed next episode. But the real find, the slightly tougher one to spot, is right here. That's Riley. And I mean, look, Kenny's even pointing right at him. Thanks, Kenny. Which means there's another guy not making it to hometowns, leaving us with 5 men still in the game if we're looking just at this tell-all info. Ben, who has a rose, Zach, Ivan, Brendan, and possibly Bennett. But we'll get our final bit of proof just ahead.
And Tayshia returns to face the men she sent home.
I don't see us being friends after this.
Why the hell are you here other than to feed your ego?
And there, the preview ends, giving us all the information we need on who's getting a hometown. So, did you spot it? It's ridiculously stupid. Check out this shot right here of Tayshia entering the tell-all. You can see all the men, including Bennett and Riley, with black spots over their faces. I don't know how they thought they could get away with this, but they tried it, and it's really stupid. Like, instead of using more close-ups, they decided to take a Sharpie to the footage instead. And honestly, it's not the first time they've done this. I've seen before in preview footage where they cover over someone's bikini because they don't want to censor it. But there you have it, proof that Bennett, Riley, Blake, and Noah all get eliminated at some point before the tell-all on Tuesday, with no sign of Zach, Brendan, Ivan, or Ben. Meaning we have our final 4 locked in. Not shocking, as these 4 were obvious standouts for many reasons, from the amount of screen time they've been getting, the amount of footage we still have of them in the previews for episodes to come, and they all seem to have the strongest connections with Tayshia. But if you needed solid proof, that's as good as it gets. And taking a look at this, it seems like a lot of guys couldn't make it to the tell-all. There are a number of men missing, like Joe and Spencer, for example, or any of the guys eliminated night 1. Like, what's going on with Hand Crusher? I need to know. Is he still crushing hands? I doubt, however, that any of the men that are missing for a nefarious reason. Probably with everything going on, it's hard to get everyone in one room. So, to sum up, it looks as though next episode on Monday will begin with Blake's one-on-one, where he gets sent home. We then move on to the cocktail party where Bennett makes his triumphant return, only to be sent back home at the rose ceremony alongside Riley and Noah. And then we, on Tuesday, get to watch the men tell-all and head into yet another double episode before Christmas on the 21st and 22nd, where Tayshia's journey is finally coming to an end. So that's it for this preview breakdown for Week 10 and the men tell-all. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content to come. We are so close to the end of Tayshia's season, and until next time, Bachelor Fantake, out.
I felt like there was a lot of unfinished business, so I'm back.